going on, everybody? I did a studio tour in 2024. It's 2026 right now. So this is everything that has been updated since the studio tour. All right, so we're gonna go through my desk, 500 series gear and my 500 R8. Like this is what I care about. I don't care about amps, I don't care about nothing. I care about the 500 series and the analog gear, you know? Last time I did this tour, I had two modules in it. I had the Pope Pre-BX, and then I had the 500 series Distressor, the Pump by Empirical Labs. The Pope audio, I was actually gonna sell it because it kept clipping. You know, I'm young on this. I didn't know there was an impedance switch on the circuit. And I reached out to them on their Instagram and they left me on scene. So I forsake them forever. What has been added on this 500 series chassis is the Drummer, their 500 series EQ, their MQ1. And I use that with tone shaping for my bass and my guitar. It sounds great. It's supposed to be like a Motown inspired EQ. And right here I have the IGS TubeCore 500. This is an opto compressor that thickens up whatever you bring to it. Favorite part of the guitar tone comes from this compressor right here. When I go over here, there's a 1073 by BAE. When I look online, it just had so much depth to it, you know, brings out so much of the highs and the lows. So that's like another dimension that's being added to whatever sound source you give it, and I love it. It sounds amazing. Run that to my PC Resistant. This is what I've been waiting to do the tour for, this Stam Audio SA1A5. The TubeTech CL1B, the predecessor, the daddy to that was the CL1A. And this is Stam Audio's 500 series rendition of that. Like, I've used it on vocals, obviously, but I've been running it through its paces on guitar and bass, and it's just has so much flexibility to it. The variable sidechain modes, variable modes within the attack and release times, the ratio settings, the clean gain that you can get from it. It is exemplary. And the next thing on my desk is the Samson patch bays. And to me, this is like the only acceptable patch bay within this price range. All other patch bays under $100, you have to take off the cover and switch around the internal module in order to change from through to half normal to normal or whatever. This, you just have this switch right here. Samson all day. On the far side of my desk, I used to have a Focusrite Octopre for 8-out expansion. You know, I wanted to record the drums. I needed 8 inputs. I wanted something that was a little bit more legit. So I decided to invest in the SSL Pure Drive Octopre. This is like the premier drum preamp. It has so much flexibility in it. You can just carve out whatever tone you want for whatever sound source. It sounds great with everything. I used it on vocals, guitars, DIs, everything is just incredible. And underneath that is the SPL Dynamax. It's a dual channel compressor, and I'd never heard of it before. But the story behind that is I was at the gym one day, mix mastering engineer out here named Chris Dean came up to me and he said, "Hey man, I have this compressor that's not really working for me. Would you like it for free?" And I was like, "For free?" One thing about me, bro, if it's for free, it's for me. So I went straight to his studio right after gym. I cut my gym sessions short and picked that thing up. I'd never heard of it before in my life, but it's before SPL really took off. It has so much usage out of it. You have 2 modes of compression. Attack time is variable based off of the transient and expander. The noise gate is the best noise gate I've ever used in my entire life. I use it for my snare and for my kick to knock off a couple dB to give me more headroom and give me a little more tone. Yeah, that's one you can find out about, bro. Like, it's like $750 for 2 channels of compression. Insane. So the reason I did my last studio tour is because I just completed the acoustic treatment of the space. I added just a couple more things right over my head. I added 2 clouds so we can catch more of the reflections from the drum kit and for when I'm mixing directly over the mixing center. And instead of using insulation, I used recycled denim, which I vastly prefer. It's just way easier on your hands. It's not fiberglass, less harmful. So, all right, in the heart of the operation, I keep it mounted. Not mounted. Yeah, I guess mounted. Docked is the word. Under this center right here. And I used to have an iMac, you know, a typical monitor iMac. It just started to get a little too noisy. It was from 2014. It was an i7 with 32 gigs of RAM and 512 internal memory, but it just had a noisy fan. Things stopped updating on it because it's getting over 10 years old. It was time to update, and I figured looking around, the MacBooks have come up so much as far as processing power. Portability really sold it for me. If I'm out on the ferry, because I commute to work, you know, I work 2 hours away from where I'm at. And if I'm on the ferry, I can just work on a beat. You know what I mean? Worth the investment, man. Worth the investment. And a major pet peeve of mine in my general life is guitar stands. I can't stand guitar stands in the studio because they just take up space like 90% of the time. So it was my mission this year to create a world with no guitar stand. So that entailed having these desk clamps where I can just see I have it mounted all the time on this side, and on the other side I have my bass. So I could just reach within arm's length while I'm in the middle of producing or whatever, and not have a guitar stand, not lean it up against nothing, you know, it's always there. And I even went as far as to mount my saxophones at the door because I mean, I just want everything around, but I cannot stand guitar stands. You just trip over them, they get in the way. So that was my solution. All right, and the comfort thing that I got for the studio was I got a futon off of Marketplace for $45. And it's like, if I'm in here for as long as I want to be, might as well be comfortable. In my subconscious mind, this is the place where I'm at working. Then there's no place for comfort. But like, no, just get something that you can lay down on, because the only surface that I was able to sit down on was a drum throne. And I mean, it's a nice drum throne, but you just want to be able to sit down or lay down for like a minute if you're going to be in here for a minute. And one of the other things that I'm very excited about is the microphone I'm talking into right now. The Austrian Audio OC18. It sounds great on everything. It's like an everything microphone. And I've been using it on hi-hat whenever I have the kit. For my talk box, I use it for voice, guitar cab, if you want a really bright forward sound, you know? Yeah, no, this thing is amazing. And then my last microphone, I wanted the next level mic. So I did my research. I was like, I wanted between $1,500 and like $3,000. That's what I was willing to shell out for my next level mic. I'll just pull it out. A Circle Audio Evo 251, like easily one of the best investments I've made for the studio. Frequency response of it naturally sounds like you already EQ'd. All the EQ moves that I would make initially for vocals and whatever sound source like guitar has already been made. The mud in the low mids is already scooped out naturally. The amount of detail it's able to pick up, especially when it comes to the voice, there's not every mic can do that. So stoked on it. So many payments, but it's fine. I don't care. Yeah, bro, that's my studio as of 2026. I appreciate you hearing me out.